Some people might be asking now, what does the United States have to worry about since the leader in Iran was killed? And now I've got the video that we're going to watch, and we're going to talk about that a little bit and also get your opinions on what you think will be next. Personally, I don't think that we would go to any big war with this. Just because the fact that, you know, I don't think they would be prepared to really go into a full-fledged war with the United States because let's, you know, face it, they've got more than just the United States that they would have to worry about when it comes to that. So what do you guys think? Let's go ahead and watch the video, and then, like I said, leave your comments down below and let me know what you think. But let's go ahead and hear what they got to say first, and we'll go from there.
Ian Lee reports on the reaction to Soleimani's killing on the ground.
With tears in their eyes and death to America on their lips, thousands in Iran mourn the death of Qassem Soleimani. Their sorrow quickly turned to anger. A former commander of Iran's Revolutionary Guards warns the great nation of Iran will take a harsh revenge on the government of the U.S. That revenge may start Sunday when the Iraqi parliament meets to vote whether to kick all U.S. troops out of the country for launching the missile strike that killed Soleimani. And there's another potential flashpoint tomorrow with the funeral of the Iraqis killed in the attack. Their procession will take them through the Green Zone and within a mile of the U.S. Embassy.
Now, let's stop there for a second. Within a mile of the embassy, that's, you know, that is a red flag that I think we need to raise and be on alert. But I don't know that they would attack the embassy like that. I feel like there's going to be other things that they could do to show the, you know, their anger toward us. I don't believe it's going to come down to missiles and stuff like that. There's a lot of, you know, other ways that they can retaliate, you know, through cyber, and there's just other options, I believe. But let's go ahead and continue here.
Well, joining me now from Washington is Matthew Koenig. He's a professor at Georgetown University's School of Foreign Service. Also worked on issues involving Iran at the Pentagon during both the Bush and the Obama administrations. Thanks for joining us, Matthew. Well, Matthew,
pleasure to be on.
Yeah, as we mentioned, you worked for both the Bush and the Obama administrations, advising them specifically on relations with Iran. So given the current political climate between the United States and Iran, was this the right call for the Trump administration?
It's a really hard call. You know, in national security, there are risks to action and there are risks to inaction. And you never quite know what the right decision is. The Bush and Obama administration had opportunities to go after Soleimani. They decided it wasn't worth it. In this case, the Trump administration decided it was worth it. And Trump administration officials said they had credible intelligence that Soleimani was planning multiple attacks in multiple countries against U.S. personnel. And so if you're the president of the United States responsible for protecting U.S. personnel, it's very hard not to act in that situation. If the Trump administration hadn't acted, we might be having a conversation today about why we allowed Soleimani to kill many Americans in the Middle East. So a hard call, but I think given the intelligence, it's understandable that they came down on the side that they did.
So clearly Soleimani has been on the radar of the United States, going back at least to the Bush administration. You mentioned both President Bush and President Obama had the opportunities to act, but they did not. What were some of the factors that pushed them to hold back, to not act against Soleimani?
Well, primarily the risk of Iranian retaliation. And Iran does have many means to retaliate against the United States, its allies, and its interest in the region. It has the largest stockpile of ballistic missiles in the region. It has this regular IRGC Navy that could attack and harass ships in the Persian Gulf, could perhaps even close the Strait of Hormuz, this narrow passageway through which much of the world's oil passes. really disrupting global oil markets and global markets broadly. And it has this network of terror and proxy groups that Soleimani controls that have conducted terror attacks around the world in the past. So these are all of some of the ways that Iran could have retaliated in the past and could still retaliate in the coming days.
So these are still factors that we have to consider, that we have to look.
All right, you guys. So again, leave your comments below. Tell me what you think. I don't think this is going to lead to that as far as any big war, but I do think we need to be on alert. You know, a lot of things can happen. So let me know what you guys think, and we'll go from there. Be sure to tap on that subscribe button. Join us here on the channel. Also, click on that little bell. Set your notifications so that you are notified anytime that we update or publish videos in the future. So give us a thumbs up if you don't mind, and share this with your friends.